Alright, so I was scrolling through my, YouTube homepage feed and I bumped up into this interesting video by a YouTuber named DygoKnight. And of course, the title of the video, as you can see here, is Sasuke should have destroyed Naruto in the Valley of the End. I'm like, I should watch this video. Let me hear his argument. But why not make a reaction video about it? A reaction discussion video. So here we are. Of course, shout out to DygoKnight. First time I'm bumping up into your channel, so I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. I'll leave the link to the original video in the description below. So let's see what we have here for this video. Now, of course, the consensus across a lot of the Naruto community is that Naruto was, holding back, and Sasuke was basically on the losing end of that match before it began. But let's hear what he has to say and let's discuss as we go along. Of course, be sure to like, comment, all that YouTube jazz and blues, and let's get into it.
Naruto and Sasuke fought at the end of Shippuden, and Naruto won. Well, technically they tied in their physical fight, but Sasuke admitted defeat to Naruto's convictions. Naruto and Sasuke at that point were by far the strongest ninjas alive, and their fighting styles could not be more different. And by that I mean Naruto has only 3 jutsus or so in his arsenal. His wiki may say he has dozens of them.
Yeah, that's the thing, for real. Like, when you go on the wiki... Yo, these guys have like a million jutsu, bro. But I guess it kind of comes down to Shadow Clone, Rinnegan, Summoning, Jutsu.
But they are literally all Rinnegan variants. Oh, come on, you know I'm right. Sasuke, in contrast, actually knows dozens of jutsus, which grants him a lot of variety, especially after he awakens the Rinnegan. This difference in variety makes both of them fight in very different ways. Naruto is much more of a let's make 1,000 clones.
Brawler and everything, has more chakra and everything. Sasuke, who doesn't have as much chakra, has the variety and the lethality in that variety to compensate, So, I guess makes them a equal match, more or less.
While Sasuke has more things he can do, and therefore he can create more strategies. Sasuke also displayed great battle IQ in his fights during Shippuden. Against Deidara, Itachi, Danzo, Sasuke showed a lot of intelligence.
And Sasuke was like the baddest thing since sliced bread in Shippuden,
And that he knew how ninjutsu worked during a fight and how to counter the enemy's abilities. The problem is, Sasuke loses 80 IQ points just prior to his battle against Naruto. He fought like an imbecile, and if he used an ounce of the intelligence he showed in the previous fights he had in Shippuden, he would have destroyed Naruto in the Valley of the End. Subscribe to this channel so we can buy Sasuke some new IQ points. Part 1.
Well, to be fair, I suppose even if that is true, it was for the sake of the plots.
Sasuke's awful jutsu selection. So the fight starts, and right out of the gate, Sasuke positions himself in the most advantageous position you could ever ask for. He manages to blitz Naruto from behind, catching him off guard. We also know Sasuke is fighting with killing intent, so finishing the fight right then and there would be perfect for him. Now, Sasuke has 100 different options to go about it. Number 1, use the human path and extract Naruto's soul as soon as they touch. Number 2, use Onyx Chidori, which is imbued with the power of the Sage of Six Paths and also was able to hurt Jubidara pretty bad. Number 3, cast a Chibaku Tensei centered on Naruto, and then when Naruto is trying to leave the gravitational grasp, shoot him with 1,000 Amaterasu arrows.
Well, let's kind of go over all those options, right? Human path. The whole thing in the story at this point is that Sasuke still doesn't have full mastery over the Rinnegan. I know he seemed like he was the baddest thing since sliced bread, let me cast a Chibaku Tensei, put all the tail beasts in them, and of course in the anime at least, they show that he could, do the whole gravitational push and pull. Of course, during the fight, he did use the ability to absorb chakra. So it's like, maybe there is like a foundation there to say, hey, maybe he could have used the human path, but again, plots.
Naruto's soul as soon as they touch. Number 2, use Onyx Chidori, which is imbued with the power of the Sage of Six Paths.
Yeah, because he just used a regular Chidori, but I don't think that would have been the killing blow.
And also was able to hurt Jubidara pretty bad. Number 3, cast a Chibaku Tensei centered on Naruto, and then when Naruto is trying to leave the gravitational grasp, shoot him with 1,000 Amaterasu arrows. Number 4, lace his Chidori with Amaterasu, hitting Naruto and making him burn until he dies. Number 5.
I mean, he could have just used the Ninetales chakra cloak to get that off of him anyway, so.
5. Use the Preta Path Rinnegan abilities to drain Naruto's Kyuubi cloak, weakening him and then following up with a killing blow. And the list goes on up until now.
I mean, potentially. Like, it's possible, but I just see Naruto reacting adequately to deal with these options, honestly.
Number 146, but you get the point. But instead of doing anything useful once he finds himself in a perfect position to strike a killing blow against Naruto, Sasuke hits Naruto with a base Chidori. An attack Sasuke knows Naruto already survived a direct hit because he did it in the past, and this Naruto is bound to be stronger than Kid Naruto and have more durability anyway. Now, the anime grossly misrepresented the scene because in the manga, Sasuke uses the fireball, making Naruto block it with his Kyuubi chakra, and then Sasuke blitzes Naruto from behind with sheer speed. In the anime, for whatever reason, they decided to make Sasuke use Amenoteji Kara. And do you know how I know that? Because in the manga, Naruto had 3 good Odamas in the start of the fight. Sasuke appears behind him, and Naruto still has 3 good Odamas. So Sasuke didn't use anything to change places.
Alright, cool, interesting. That's an interesting tidbit I myself did not notice. Okay, DygoKnight, I see you.
Is with Amenoteji Kara. In the anime, they give Naruto 4 good Odamas, and you can see Sasuke swapping places with one of the good Odamas to teleport behind Naruto. The anime fight implies Sasuke wouldn't be able to blitz Naruto without his teleportation, which is false because he clearly does so in the manga. Another stupid change the anime makes is that Sasuke strikes Naruto with his right hand, while in the manga, Sasuke strikes Naruto with his dominant hand, his left.
Okay, yeah, that's actually another interesting tidbit. I mean, it might seem like nitpicking, but it's true. Sasuke's dominant hand is his left hand. That's been the consistent thing with him using Chidori for real. So, again, another tidbit by DygoKnight here that I myself didn't realize.
Left hand, and that is the hand with the moon mark from the Sage of Six Paths, meaning Sasuke could have used something much stronger than a Chidori against Naruto there. You could say Naruto could counter those jutsus I mentioned before, or that Sasuke didn't know how to use his Rinnegan abilities to their fullest, like the human path and the Preta path, but he definitely knew the Preta path at least a bit because he used it later, and he was pretty good with Ichibaku Tensei because he put every single tailed beast under Ichibaku Tensei. Also, why wouldn't he just use an Onyx Chidori instead of a regular Chidori? What would he lose by using a more powerful Chidori variant? And even if Naruto countered the initial attack, such as a Chibaku Tensei hypothetically, Sasuke could have a massive advantage, and he could still use his Amenoteji Kara to follow up, because in the manga he didn't use that to blitz Naruto, meaning it wasn't on cooldown. Or even use a Chidori mixed with Amaterasu, because he did later in the fight, but it would have been much more useful if Sasuke had actually hit Naruto with it. Something...
I mean, alright, obviously this isn't confirmed, but it might be a case where even the Chidori mixed with the Amaterasu, maybe that could have been the last of the thought, and Sasuke's like, alright, what's the best way I can get rid of this man? Like, what's my strongest jutsu I can use at this point? I could mix Amaterasu with, you know, Chidori, you know? Obviously that's not confirmed. That might just be me reaching, but I'm just saying.
He clearly did after the blitz, but it was just a regular Chidori. Oh, which takes me to part 2. Sasuke never uses Amaterasu when he should have, and then uses it when it's gonna be useless. We saw Naruto countering Amaterasu with a Kyuubi cloak towards the end of the fight. So you may say Amaterasu would not work on that Naruto, but I disagree. The version 1 cloak was able to save Naruto from the Amaterasu because it creates a layer of chakra between the Amaterasu Amaterasu and Naruto's skin. But when Naruto is in 6th Path Sage mode QB Chakra mode, he doesn't have that added layer of protection. Naruto's skin turns bright yellow, so if he gets hit by Amaterasu, it's over because it actually hits his skin. Sure, he could tank the flames for a while and survive a decent amount of time, but the fire wouldn't extinguish until Naruto literally burns away and dies.
Well, that's a fair point, but at the same time is like, if in his base state at that point when he used the version 1 cloak, he was able to sense and activate the version 1 cloak in time to respond to the Amaterasu, I would imagine in his 6th part Steel Beast Sage mode with higher sensory buffs, he would have been able to sense the pressure from the Amaterasu and dodge anyway. So it's like,
Now, you may say Naruto still has several counters for Amaterasu with its 6th Path Sage mode QB Chakra, and you would be right, he could dodge Amaterasu or use an extension of
Daigo. It's like you're, well, I guess these are the obvious responses to your argument, but it's like you're reading my mind here, man. Stop it.
QB avatar to block Amaterasu like the version 1 cloak, but the thing is, Sasuke's Amaterasu can be molded into a Chidori, which definitely hit Naruto square on without any of those protections in the beginning of the fight, meaning Sasuke could have killed him right then and there. The only way this wouldn't work would be if Amaterasu outright doesn't work on that version of Naruto, which would imply that ninjutsu in general wouldn't work against him, but that's not true because Naruto is clearly trying his best to block Sasuke's attacks, and if Sasuke couldn't harm him, he wouldn't even bother to put his defenses up anyway. Also, when they're fighting with the perfect Susanoo and the QB avatar, we clearly see them touching each other several times, blocking and parrying attacks. The QB blocks the Susanoo sword with its tails, so just lace your Susanoo sword with Amaterasu and start burning the QB avatar. Eventually, it will start burning completely and Naruto will have to discard it, meaning you can actually hit Naruto's body. Part 3. Sasuke, you have a Rinnegan.
This part is hilarious because it's like, ugh, God. While you could make an excuse for Sasuke here, like, I don't know, this part 3 you have here, Daigo, is like, Boruto Sasuke. Sasuke and Boruto.
I think by this point it's very clear, but just to make sure, I am talking about the fight in the manga, which is the actual canon version. They put a lot of extra stuff in the anime that never happened in the manga to make the fight longer, but in the manga, Sasuke never uses his Amenoteji Kara during the fight against Naruto. He also doesn't use any of the Rinnegan abilities except for Chibaku Tensei and the Preta Path. So why wouldn't he use his OP teleportation ability? Amenoteji Kara can be used in so many broken ways. Bear in mind, it
You know what we call that, son? Plots. Plots. Yo! Now, I like Daigo's video here because I think the train of thought that he's on is the same train of thought I've been on when it comes on to characters using their abilities and how fights are choreographed within the Boruto story, within for Naruto and Sasuke. I know this is specifically dealing with Naruto and Sasuke at the end of part 2, but I'm just saying it really and truly carries over. And I know the argument when it comes down to Boruto is like, you know, not all the characters can negate, nerf, yada jutsu, but there are just certain instances where certain jutsu could be used to potentially create an opening, is all I'm saying. But anyway, let's see more of what Daigo is saying.
Can teleport other people too, just like they did with Jubidara, which enabled Naruto and Sasuke to land the Rasengan Chidori combo on him. Why wouldn't Sasuke just teleport Naruto directly in front of him, or his Susanoo sword, whatever, and then hit Naruto? There's no saving throw for Amenoteji Kara, it just happens. Jubidara was pretty confused when he got teleported by it, meaning there is no warning, it just happens. No matter how great your reaction time is, this combo would give Sasuke a perfect advantage to attack Naruto and catch him off guard.
Yeah,
that
this is
jutsu
true.
could
This
have
is
been
true.
used in other useful ways as well. Say, when Naruto tosses a massive Rasen Shuriken against you, and then you can, you know, instead of getting hit by it, you swap places with Naruto, making him hit himself with his own attack. The effective range of a Minotaji Kara and its cooldown time are not specified. The databook says it's a short to medium range jutsu, and there is a determined amount of time you have to wait until you can use it again. So maybe Naruto would be too far away when he tossed the Rasen Shurikens, but Sasuke had a decent range in a Minotaji Kara because he was teleporting things that were pretty far away. When he teleported Madara, and also when he used a Minotaji Kara in the fight against Kaguya to actually go and seal her, he was pretty far away of Kaguya as well. So yeah, Sasuke should have used that jutsu. Part 4. Why would you risk everything on an all or nothing attack when you're winning the fight? So Sasuke drains the chakra of the Bijus into his Susanoo, and his power spikes quite significantly. Naruto uses his Shadow Clone with a Kyuubi avatar to try and counter that and compensate for the power difference, but Sasuke's Indra Susanoo is destroying the clones and Naruto himself pretty easily. Sasuke has a clear advantage now. Naruto's Kyuubi avatar cannot compete against Sasuke's ultimate Susanoo, so naturally now Sasuke will bum rush and beat Naruto's Kyuubi avatar in a quote-unquote taijutsu fight, seeing that Naruto doesn't stand a chance. No, he will use all the tailed beast chakra in one jutsu, shooting Naruto at a distance. And by the way, this jutsu takes some time to charge, which allows Naruto to collect sage energy and charge his Rasen Shuriken to counter it. And by doing so, Sasuke depletes all of his chakra. Just keep attacking the Kyuubi avatar with your sword. It was working just fine, and Naruto was clearly outmatched. Why would you spend all your chakra in a jutsu that may not work? In a jutsu Naruto may be able to dodge.
But I mean, was it really Indra's arrow that really depleted his chakra? Because I would imagine it's really the resulting explosion with the 6 parts, massive Rasen Shuriken and, the 6 parts Steel Beast Rasen Shuriken, really and truly. I think at this point it might have been a case where Sasuke was just getting really arrogant. It's like, oh, I'm the baddest thing since, I don't know, sliced bread, the cliche. But I think at this point he was probably saying, oh, I have enough power, I can just wipe him out in one blow. Why prolong this, really and truly?
Clearly had the advantage, and if you were running low on Tail Beast chakra, you could just get more, and they were right there. As long as you still had some chakra to keep the Susanoo up, you would never lose this fight. But no, let's spend all the chakra on this very jutsu here. The arrow looks very cool, man. Let's shoot Naruto with it. People say Naruto was holding back, not attacking Sasuke with full power during the fight. But I mean, he tossed a Bijudama, used his Kyuubi avatar, and then those massive Rasen Shurikens as well. He was definitely fighting to win, and not just defending himself as some people like to claim. On the other hand, Sasuke was holding back, not physically, but mentally. He was doing everything Naruto would want him to do. He was fighting using his most powerful jutsus, attacking very straightforward in the most predictable way possible. He never thought about any elaborate strategies to catch Naruto off guard. He was just attacking recklessly, essentially. So yeah, if Kishimoto hadn't nerfed Sasuke's intelligence to Choji's level, he should have destroyed Naruto in that fight. Subscribe to this channel and like the video to help Sasuke regain his IQ points. It seems like he hasn't found them yet in Boruto. Oh well, he's gonna die within the next 10 chapters anyway. Thanks for watching!
Well, I appreciate the confidence in Sasuke not surviving, going for the next 10 chapters of Boruto. But I don't fully agree, but I would admit that given the fight, how close the fight was, like more use of Amino Tejikara and more Blaze release could have potentially given Naruto much more trouble here and there. So I will agree with that. I think it comes down to the fact that, Kishimoto was ending the series and he basically was, had like, the fight was like, what, 5 chapters, give or take? So I think that's definitely a real world factor that we have to actually factor in when it comes on to this. So, Yeah, but all in all, amazing video, Daigo. Well, I guess I'm not too familiar with you, so DygoKnight. But yeah, definitely. Like Sasuke has so much moves in his selection. You could make arguments for some of the things you said in this video. Like I said, maybe they not being able to not having full mastery of the Rinnegan. Maybe his arrogance or attitude at the moment. But I definitely agree in terms of more blaze release usage. Especially since that's his Mangekyo Sharingan special ability, blaze release, and more Amino Tejikara could have definitely tip the skills into his favor. Maybe not to destroy Naruto, but there's a possibility it could have given him the win, I will say, given how close the fight ended up being. And of course, what you were saying in terms of the the super perfect Susanoo and acting as a conduit for the TLB's chakra, yeah, this is true. Things could have really turned out differently depending on how Kishimoto wrote it. But I might argue like if this fight was given more time to breathe, maybe Kishimoto would have written something for Naruto to really and truly counter those arguments for Sasuke in this, and would have more or less ended the same way, despite the whole, I only have Rasengan, summoning, Shadow Clone, etc. So yeah. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about my reaction with this whole discussion here, reacting to Daigo's video. Be sure to check him out. Of course, I'll leave the link to the video, his video, in the description below. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course, be sure to come out for the end of month subscriber stream on Tuesday night. So that should be interesting. We have a bit to talk about, I think, hopefully. But yeah, Sanjae Uchiha, and I'll see you in the next one.